Hello everyone, my name is Kitetsu and welcome back to my channel. First things first, thank you so much for all of my new subscribers over the last sort of couple of days. Your support has been absolutely incredible. I've been so excited making these videos for the new edition, and it's just great to have so many people coming along for that ride. To be honest, Warhammer Fest this year has been absolutely amazing for Age of Sigmar fans. We've got 2 new armies, we've got a new edition on the way. It's just really exciting. I kind of glanced over the 40k stuff and I was actually really excited about this Plastic Sisters of Battle, but to be honest, overall I would say this really was just the year for Age of Sigmar. I actually showed this particular figure to my girlfriend, by the way, as an aside, and she actually really liked it. She even went as far as saying, actually, I will paint some of those and I will play a few games if I can play as the Sisters of Battle. So that's some progress. Maybe, just maybe, I can actually finally get her into the hobby, but let's just see where that goes. But it is a pretty nice figure. But yeah, this video is actually going to be about the new Stormcast figures, and I'm going to go into a lot of detail about those in a minute. But first, let's just really quickly look at some of the other things that were announced at Warhammer Fest. We've got these 2 new paints coming, which I guess is always a good thing. We've got these tactical objective markers, which is actually pretty cool. I like them a lot more than the 40k ones they released at the start of 8th edition, I believe it was. Especially that pile of weapons there, the Stormcast Eternal weapon stockpile. Let me zoom out a little bit. We've also got this kind of undead crazy relic with spirits in it, and something that looks like it's been made by a Lord Ordinator. The axe in the statue head is a particularly nice touch, and of course it wouldn't be fantasy if we didn't have some kind of treasure chest. And yeah, then we also got some new dice and markers and command and status dice, scenery dice, that sort of thing. Nothing particularly essential, but at the same time, nice to have them nonetheless. The far more exciting thing was the fact that they gave us a 26-second sample of Realmslayer, which for those of you who don't know is a new audio book that's coming for the Gotrek and Felix series, and we don't actually know anything about Felix and where he is in this story at the moment, but the sample was absolutely incredible, and I will leave a link of this article down below so that you guys can listen to this sample. They've picked none other than Brian Blessed for the voice of Gotrek Gurnison, and to be honest, they could not have picked anyone better. This guy is like an absolute legend, and he's done so much work for charity. He's starred in uncountable amounts of films, and yeah, he's literally just the perfect fit for this story, so I'm seriously excited about that. I'm now on, I think, the 3rd Gotrek and Felix novel, and they are so good, so if you guys have not read these, you need to go and buy those immediately and do that. Okay, so let's take a look at the Sacrosanct Chamber that's been announced for the Stormcast, and I know some of you are thinking that we've had way too much Stormcast announced recently, but to be honest with you, I actually do think this one is really cool, and I think it adds a lot to the range of models that we have available for Stormcast. And I get that some of you are like, well, my army hasn't had any love yet and it desperately needs updating. To be honest, I wholeheartedly agree with you, I do, but there are people out there who do love the Stormcast, and for them this is something pretty cool. There's also a lot of people who have been wishing that the Stormcast had wizards and artillery and stuff like that, and this totally addresses that problem. The announcement started off with some goofy little kind of comic scene where we were in Sigmar and some kind of Lord Celestant, he looks like a Vanguard unit of some kind, maybe a Lord Aquilor or something. He's talking to Sigmar and he says, you can't solve all of our problems by opening another chamber, and Sigmar is like, yeah, no, I can do whatever the hell I want, and he opens up the Sacrosanct Chamber. So what we're looking at here at the moment is basically like the kind of standard unit for the army. They're like Liberators, except I think they're called Sequitors or something like that. But I do love the fact they've kind of got this almost Witch Hunter, Inquisitor, like robe-like look to them. All of the cloth and stuff does look really cool, so I'm a big fan of these. One thing I did notice is they have this icon on them an awful lot, like they've got them here on the armor, they've got them on the shield, which we'll see some more shields in a minute, and even their mace heads seem to be shaped in that exact same shape. So I don't know what that is. Maybe it's meant to represent some kind of anvil or something like that. Seeing as these guys are going to be linked up, I'm guessing with the Lord Ordinator, I'm guessing that there's some kind of engineering theme going on here. So I guess in that sense the anvil would fit quite well, as would all of these crystals or bottles or whatever the hell they've got on their belts are. But yeah, to be honest, I think they look cool, and especially the shields, which we'll see in a moment. They did show a whole unit of them, and to be honest, I was a bit surprised about the fact there was only 8 here, because normally we see multiples of 5 for Stormcast. But to be honest, we did see this particular figure, which was really cool, and this was an upscaled Sequitor-Prime, as it's being called. So this thing was far, far bigger than a normal model, and I wish Games Workshop would let me buy this figure, because that would be awesome on my shelf. But to be honest, she's got the same kind of shoulder pad as this figure and this one at the back, so whether there are going to be multiple versions of the primes or not, I don't know. Look at this really cool lantern that the Prime has. There's a dead body there, and it's like the soul is being sucked out into the lantern, so that's very, very cool. Other than that, apart from the fact the shields look awesome, I noticed that there's 2 different weapon options you can see. There's the one-handed kind of maces, and then there's these 2-handed ones as well. But otherwise, not too much to say. I've put all of these figures together on the same slide, but this one here, this banner bearer, I think that she could actually belong to this unit, because there was an image at the end that showed her standing in the middle of them, and she's also got one of their trademark kind of weapons there as well. And her armor is kind of in a similar style, I guess. But yeah, who knows? I guess we need to wait and see. Maybe she's an independent character, who knows? But yeah, as for the other images you can see here, these are the wizards that have just been announced, and to be honest, I'm not that mad about the sculpts. I mean, when you put them in a picture like this, they look a lot cooler, but when you actually look at them overall, they kind of look okay. I think the more exciting thing about these figures is the fact that the Stormcast never had any wizards, and now they do. But I mean, they look okay, they're perfectly fine, they just don't seem to strike that excitement within me that, say, this figure does. Like, that looks far more dynamic, far more interesting, and these just look kind of okay. Next, we've got this one, and again, it looks really cool. It's another kind of Griff Charger mounted lord of some kind or other, holding his icon, and yeah, he looks cool. I like the fact, again, that he's got this fabric on the front of his armor, but to be honest, I was just thinking that it looks an awful lot like the Lord Aquilor, and to be honest, I actually think this looks better. Let me know if you guys agree, but like, you've got the lion on his chest and on his head. I don't know, to be honest, it's painted so well, it looks incredible, it's a highly detailed model, it's really great. I think I just like this one a little bit more, but maybe the Griff Charger looks a little bit better that this one's riding. I don't really know. But this one, on the other hand, this one was far more exciting. Whatever this thing is that this guy is riding, this wizard, it looks absolutely incredible. And stop complaining at me for using the word guy for girls. I use it interchangeably, okay? I can see it's a woman this time, alright? But yeah, this thing looks incredible. I absolutely love it. It looks far too evil to be in the Stormcast army, but it certainly looks like it means business. I will definitely be buying this model. I can't wait to pick one up and paint it. The detail is astonishing. I just absolutely love it. I can't wait to buy it. I've just noticed as well that the armor of this character is very kind of similar to this one here with that big head crest, but yeah, we really do need to wait for some more details to actually know what these different things are called. Right, so moving on to the last couple of things, the Lord Ordinator. Everyone was saying, why the hell have they added this engineer to the Stormcast Eternals, who is really good at buffing artillery when we don't have any artillery in their army? And for people who were waiting for artillery, they have now added it with this really cool looking crossbow thing. And again, I absolutely love it. It looks like one of those repeater bolt throwers that we used to have in fantasy. It looks really cool, and again, we've got these almost engineer-like people who are manning it. I'm a big fan of siege equipment, artillery, ranged weapons, so yeah, I'm a big fan of this kit as well, and it's definitely one that I will pick up. But the very last thing we saw were these archers with these kind of strange crossbows, and they look really cool. I'm not exactly sure what they're firing. This guy here seems to be holding one of the weird bolts, whereas the other one have them loaded, and he's obviously the prime of the unit because he's got the special shoulder pad and knee pad. But yeah, I think these may actually be some of my favorite ranged units in the whole Stormcast army. They do look cool. We saw them down here, and although you can't see it very clearly because this picture is very blurry and I couldn't be bothered to blow it up because of how pixely it was, down there is that banner lady that I was talking about earlier. But yeah, that is the Stormcast army, the Sacrosanct Chamber. Let me know if you guys love it. Let me know if you want to pick them up. I'm really hoping these are going to be part of a starter set because I actually really like them, and believe it or not, I'm actually getting quite good at painting gold because I've had a lot of practice. I can't say I have the same enthusiasm for painting cloth, but that's a new challenge I can get to when these models come out. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. It looks like we're in for an awful lot of news, hopefully over the next coming weeks too, whilst we hear more about these models. I mean, they're coming out in June, so we really don't have long to wait until they come out, and that means Games Workshop have to tell us an awful lot between now and when they come out. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you do subscribe, hit the little bell so you know when I upload videos. And apologies if I sound super tired in this video because I'm absolutely knackered. I really didn't sleep well last night, but at the same time I really did want to make another video today to update you on these Stormcast and the other little bits and pieces that we heard about. But yeah, just stay awesome, keep doing what you guys are doing, and I will speak to you as soon as I can and as soon as there's something new for me to tell you. And don't forget to leave some comments down below because I absolutely love reading them. But stay awesome and I will speak to you guys really soon.